breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about you. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about you. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide.
All right, good morning, everybody. What is up? Happy Monday. It is August 1st. I cannot believe it. Where did the time go? Oh, did I have an echo? Darn it. I was playing the music in the background. There we go. Oh, Louie's got the yawns today, by the way. He's a little tired. That's two yawns for Louie already. But anyway, good morning, everybody. It's August 1st. It's 9:19. Well, now it's 9:21 Eastern here in Oldsmar, Florida. It's close to Tampa Bay. So good morning from Tampa Bay. Can't believe it's already August. Where in the heck does time go? School starts soon. Oh man, the kids are getting older. If you're a new parent, don't blink. Don't blink. Andy, I'm never bored. I'll talk to anybody. Give me a good fire pit and some whiskey. So we're in August. Did I say September? It's first day of August. And we're going to see what's going on. We got nothing to talk about. I'm not going to hype anything up. There's nothing. Stephanie Stokes, good morning, Panama City. Good morning, Dale. We had a little surprise rain shower yesterday, Dale. I got it too. What's up, Sandra? Buffalo, New York. How's it going? Sindel from North Carolina. John from Navarre, Florida. Claudia from Pensacola. Renee from Cottondale. Hi, Cotton, Alabama. Oh, almost August. It is August, officially, by a day. This is Louie. All right, so if you're just tuning in, welcome. This is Mike here on Mike's webpage. We're streaming. This is our Daily Brew little weather show I do most every day in the mornings. We're not going to be live this Friday. Emily's got a big softball tournament in Lake Mary, so we're heading out Thursday night. And there's nothing really to talk about, so we'll be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and hope you can join us. Of course, when the Tropics get active, I get active, and we'll talk a lot more at night and the weekends. So right now it's a little slow. Sanja, what's up? Glenn from Port St. Louis. Richard, what's up, Natalie? Texas. Texas needs rain bad. Lori from Bermuda. We love our fans in Bermuda. I used to call all storms fish storms until I realized that Bermuda didn't take that very kindly. They They're like, hey, we got people in Bermuda, you know. Brandy from Houston, what's up? All right, we got YouTube over there streaming live. Miguel, what's up? Miguel got the pups. What's up, Brian Elliott, Tom, John, Richard over there. We got Brian, we got Elliott, Mary. You got the lyrics, Mary Hernandez. Whatever's about to happen is about to begin. Robert Bowman from Connecticut, my buddy, truck driver down to Georgia. Neil from the UK. UK had some unbelievable heat there a couple weeks ago. Hope it's cooled down some. That was making headlines over here in America. 104 in London. All right, so hey, let's do. I got a couple cool things to talk about. First and foremost, Daily Brew brought to you daily by drumroll ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located in sunny Florida. Louis fixing to yawn. So we have great friends over there that support our page, and they're big followers of Mike's Weather Page. We love them to death. Located here in Florida, 85 years old, family owned and operated. Great little stores all across the state. I'm going there. I'm going tomorrow. Actually, going to film a couple commercials with ABC. That's why I got a haircut. I got a fresh tan because we were out in the water this week. But anyway, we're going to do that. I'm going to give everybody some behind-the-scenes photos tomorrow. So I don't know. I never did a TV commercial. This ought to be exciting. But love this picture here with the palm tree and the flag in the States. So what's up, Eric from Santa Fe, Texas? How's it going? Love to see you. Chrissy, thanks for the stars. Oh, here comes. Everybody yawn. All right. I'll put Louis down. Oh, by the way, y'all missed the dog. So we'll do Hunter tomorrow. We alternate dogs now just to keep it fresh. So tomorrow we'll be doing Hunter. This is Louis. Bye-bye, everybody. These are my puppies. He's been part of the show for a lot of years. 5 years old now. All right, so before we get into Tropics, one more thing to talk about. Everybody knows we all are big Furman fans. They have a brand new product that just hit the market. I am so excited about this. It is an electric generator. Why am I excited about it? Because we played softball. I didn't play softball. Emily played softball this weekend. It had to be the hottest. I'm a Florida grown, Florida cracker, born in Bradenton, lived here my whole life. I just don't remember it feeling so hot this weekend. We had record heat 3 days in a row, 97 degrees in Tampa, hottest July on record, the hottest month on record, heat index through the roof. Well, anyway, electric generator. This thing has even got a 30 amp plug. It's electric. And it actually has 2,000. It's unbelievable. It's a lot. Everything. Look how cool it is. I'm so excited. It's got a 30 amp plug. It's got AC outlets, USB outlets, wireless phone charging. This is why I'm excited about it, because this is going to be the official e-generator of sports, because now every team on the planet can have one of these in their dugouts and run a portable fan. Okay, because not all dugouts, soccer fields, football fields. I mean, come on, it's hot. So I'm so excited. I'm hoping to get it this weekend and put one in the dugout so the girls can have a fan. But it's so I didn't even know they made such a thing. So we'll talk about this more once I get it. But it charges an hour. I mean, it's crazy. 4,000 watts. It's electric. Unbelievable. So anyway, big news from our Furman family. We have a lot of Furman family MWPs that support Furman. They support us big time and give all you guys an amazing discount and raffles and giveaways. And so it's not always about promoting them. They do a lot for us too. But anyway, big product. I'm so excited about. I think it's virtually quiet. It's e-power. So I've never heard of such a thing. I'm excited. I'm a electronic junkie, man. I love new technology. I just love plugs and wires. I'm always into stuff like that. I remember when inverter generators came out, and they were the coolest thing ever. They were quiet, and you used to have them big old loud Briggs and Strattons that like woke up the whole city. Now they got these quiet little inverters, and I keep one in the back of my truck. Anyway, so super stoked about it. I can't wait to see it. Anyway, all right, so here we go. Tropics, quiet. Nothing brewing the next 5 days. The whole weather world is pulling their hair out of their heads. I've never seen anything like it. I think it's because they predicted a very active season. So everybody expected, activity. We've only had 3 names, and they were pretty much, believe it or not, I don't even think, but half the time people chime into the site, they don't even realize we've had 3 names. They're like, huh? We had an A, we had a B, we had a C. We did. We had Agatha in the Pacific that crossed over and reformed into Alex, and it was a PTC to the state of Florida, Rainmaker. It became Alex over the Gulf Stream and went off into the Atlantic. Then we had Bonnie, which was a PTC forever for like 4 days, 4 days. I think it was 4 days. It was a PTC skirting across South America. And then it finally became Bertha, or Bonnie. I always say Bertha. Bonnie at the last second crossed over through the Central America, and it became a major hurricane on the Pacific side. And then we had that little disturbance down in the Bahamas that rode up Interstate 95 and became Colin over land. It was a land cane. Colin briefly was around through the South Carolina, North Carolina before it dissipated. So that was what our season's been. Uneventful so far. And I put out an image the other day. Let me see if I can find it. So tropics remain quiet. There's really nothing I can see out there. There's some waves. I'm not going to hype tropical waves. Tropical waves are part of life. They're just a part of life. So here's a great quote. Philip Klotzbach, he is the man from CSU that puts out those amazing predictions and weather data all the time for hurricanes. But he put this out last week. So our last item of interest was July 2nd, and that was Colin. July 2nd, a month ago tomorrow. 4 times in the past 30 years, interesting, 4 times in the past 30 years, there has been no named storm between these same dates. So it's only happened 4 times in 30 years that we've had this big of a dry spell, basically. My buddy Dennis Phillips brought out the fact, and those were years 93, 99, 2000, and 2009. Interesting. Now, if you go to Dennis Phillips, my buddy Dennis, let's see if I can find him over here. Here he is. Let me pull him back over here now. So here's Dennis. He just posted this yesterday. He said that in those years, 93, 99, 2000, and 2009, there was 10 named storms. So let's go more storms. So we're going to subtract 3. So in those years, we had 7, more to come, not 17, 9, 12, and 6. So bottom line, I talked about this a lot last week. People were asking me, I think they're going to have to come down in their numbers because they were predicting 17 more storms on top of the 3 we've already had. And time is starting to creep up there, So just a really good little tidbit from Dennis that he found out that in those years that we had no activity, July to August, what we're seeing now, we only had 7 more storms, 9 more storms, 12 more storms, and 6 more storms, not 17. So either things get extremely hyperactive or we're going to have less names. But, the big but, I like big butts. It's a song, people. It's a song. The conditions are extremely favorable, so it only takes one. And I know you hear about it all the time, but that water is going to be smoking hot. We have extremely warm ocean heat content right now, and we have La Nina. which produces less wind shear. So once this dust dies down, the dust is very common in July. A little thicker, I think, than normal, but it does calm down. Africa starts to produce more and more rains, and thus the atmosphere moistens up in the Atlantic. So the fact that we might have less storms, that's not official by any means, but we still have the environmental conditions that things could be very strong. So remember, it only takes one. Last year, I'm sure it's snoring. Last year was the third most active season ever. And the number one thing people tell me is like, man, last year was slow. Last year, third most active. That's because we only had Ida. Ida was a terrible storm. Affected a bunch of folks on the upper Gulf, Louisiana. So to them, they don't care how many named storms we had. They had Ida, you know. So, you know, number, and I sound like a broken record. I talk about it all the time. But the number of named seasons, I think, is just a hyping mechanism. Like I said, all these storms can go out in the Atlantic and not affect anybody. We could have Ida, and that was pretty much it last year that people remember. But one storm still makes the season. So, but it is odd that we had nothing in July. Thursday we went back at Facebook Memories and looked back, and it seemed like almost every year we had a system to watch or track or spaghetti models all the way back to like 2009. When I started Facebook, 2009, we had stuff to track. Very, 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 very. Let's talk about the winter forecast, Stephanie. I think Loretta Reed. Hey, what's up, Loretta Reed? So I what I've read and what I heard, the Saharan dust is very hard to predict. So looking at my foxhurricane.com, this is an amazing graphic. I love it. Let's zoom in on it. This is your dust forecast through Wednesday, and this is Monday. This is now. So we got more dust rolling in. This is current today. Dust is rolling back into Florida. Yucky. Dust is rolling into Texas. Yucky. It's all over the dang Caribbean, all the way to South America. But look at this. Another plume of big. This is Wednesday. I got to turn off my Facebook because I get notifications. This is Wednesday. And look at that. Wednesday. More dust to come. So this means that take a vacation. Can't deny the fact that this dust is going to slow things down a little longer. So we'll see about that. We will see SEA. So we got somebody talking about Frenchies over on YouTube. That's cool. Yo, hell, what's that? Got our cruise coming, buddy. Tony Goins, what's up? Throw the darts. I could be right. I don't know. You know, it always takes Pam Hunter. Good morning. Pause. Dale, that's true. It takes that African the rains in Africa help moisten things up, and some people look at long range. You know, I got an African map here. You know, you start to get a bigger picture when you start to see more moisture rolling into Africa, and you start to get these little tropical waves start to pop up. You know, they're not really, they're there, and eventually these waves are going to increase when this moisture plops out onto the Atlantic. So, and they start riding a little higher altitude this time of year. So when they raise up a little bit more, 10 degrees plus on their exit, they have a little better shot of riding across and coming into the Caribbean. So, you know, early season systems, we saw that a lot. A lot of these waves went south and into South America, and it's all lines of this monsoonal trough here that we got, monsoon trough. It's still riding a little low. They tend to ride along this ITC Tropics convergence zone. A little low still. You know, normally this thing's up here a little bit, and that allows these waves to have a better shot to form, break off, and become a little something something. So, this monsoonal trough ITCZ line rolling south, sometimes these waves have a hard time separating themselves and becoming anything. And you can see these right now. This is our intertropics convergence zone. This is where we get a lot of shower activity. And these are crashing into South America right now. So until that lifts a little bit, then we got, of course, all this dust above it. So even if they were to lift right now, they would get ingested with dry air. So that's just the way it is. Nothing really cooking. We got long range modeling here. I always pull up. The reason I pull up, so let me talk about this. Let's talk about the euro. All right, we'll leave this up here. What are y'all talking about? Now I got automatic click messages here I can do. Look, I'm going to click them now. Ready? I just clicked this one. Good morning. Facebook is giving me options now, so I just click good morning. It's talking for me. Ashley, correct. Storms do cool the Gulf. Yes, that's sea surface temperature. Sea surface temperature does change quickly, and a couple days, sea surface temperature rises back up. So you might see 90, 91, 92. A couple big thunderstorms brings it back down to 87, 86, 85. But then guess what? 3 days later, it's going to be right back up. The one thing you want to look at more than anything is this ocean heat content. It's a lot less influenced by sea surface temperature. These kind of maps are your ocean heat content. It's how hot the water is below the surface of the sea, the Gulf, the Atlantic, and it's how hot the water goes below the depth. And this hot water can extend 2,000-3,000 feet below the sea surface, and this is what pools up the energy for thunderstorms. So you don't want to see high ocean heat content on a developing tropical system, because that's fuel, and we've seen that a lot recently. Most of your major hurricanes, 150 mile an hour plus hurricanes, all benefited from warm ocean heat content. Sometimes it was rare to see Irma. We haven't really seen a true Cape Verde system in a long time. Irma, came off already spinning off of Africa, and it rode. Florence kind of did this little number as it kept bumping into high pressure systems. But usually if you get a tropical wave or something, they could stick together, but they don't really have that warm ocean heat content yet. But once it gets into the Caribbean, this area right here, things can really start to brew. So, you look for any signs of any low pressures. Early, this time of year, we'll start to see these waves, and you get all kinds of tropical waves. That's why it's really pointless to really hype them up, because there's just always so many tropical waves. It almost is I think it almost is not scares people, but you hear over the years I've seen somebody share an image sort of like this and say, there's 5 things, we are watching 5 things in the Atlantic. 5 things, and put an exclamation point. 5 things, to watch. This is clickbait. I wouldn't even do this anymore. You could do something like that. Currently, there's 5 things to watch in the tropics. Well, tropical waves. You go to bed with a 10, you wake up with a 2. Well, I don't know where that came from. Actually, I know where it came from. Miss Vicky. So we had a week. Let me slow down a little bit. So we were Mary, I'm going to show you that. Yes, 100% on the commercial. Hey, great question. It's a very simple question. Yes, this dust, it's all over the news. I think it's because it's just kind of fascinating. It's the only thing to talk about. You need moisture in the middle parts of the atmosphere. I've learned over the years, listening to everybody. Everybody knows I'm self-taught. I'm not official, but I'm extremely addicted to learning things and self-taught. But the middle atmosphere is very important to the structure of a hurricane in developing systems. Hurricane hunters drop zones into the storms to measure relative humidity. Huge. They measure relative humidity ahead of a storm because if the middle atmosphere has moisture, then, and especially when it's warm, it helps convection and rising, stacking thunderstorms. So when you have dust and dry air limits that. And when you get dusty, dry air in the middle of the atmosphere, which is this right here, any yellow, any red, orange is dusty, dry air. And this is our current look. So it's just full of it. Even these waves are dealing with dry air to the south. So there's just no chance that these things are going to develop. It just can't. And if they did develop, right, developing systems rotate counterclockwise. Let's draw it right here. So when they start to develop, they'll be pulling in moisture or lack of moisture and ingesting this dry air. And it's kind of like a destruction. It just deters tropical systems. So dry air, tropical systems counterclockwise rotate when they start to develop. They start pulling in air, isobars. And when it starts to pull in this dry air, it makes a cinnamon bun and it dries it up. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. But let's go back to what I was showing you, the Ocean Eat content. We got that. I had a graphic up. Oh, I was going to show you the European ensembles. Let's see. Vicky was down in Tampa. Great. It is beautiful down here. Thank you. I love my little sisty. I know, Wendy, another GFS run. Let's share it and then say low confidence. Let's get clicks. I did not miss 92. 92, talk about 92 a lot. Steve? Thanks, man. You could take 3 years of Spanish, but not remember a dang thing if you don't use it every day. I'm guilty. I barely can count 10. Okay, so Avery, good question. Talking about what's our moisture is kind of back, at least in the southeast. I do want to talk about this so I don't forget. So, man, Kentucky, another very sad story with Kentucky right now. Still search and rescues underway, and more rain is expected to fall today. Thunderstorms, I think the last count was 28 people have died in the floods. These things are scary. We talked about it last week. I mean, over the years, we saw it in Tennessee. We saw it just the other day in St. Louis, even though there's not really mountains in St. Louis. But these valleys and stuff fill up so fast. We had a bunch in Virginia and Carolina, but Kentucky just had so much so fast. And this comes in, and it's terrible. It's still ongoing. But unfortunately, they expect this is today. Again, storms today, and they're under a flood potential map again today. We just have this lingering frontal line hanging out, so we do have another chance of flooding again today in yellow, which includes eastern Kentucky and the West Virginia. So more ongoing. But look at this. We got some rain out west. Boy, Lake Mead needs that. So that's not good. Look at the current radar. You can kind of see what's going on. It's just a hovering frontal boundary. This one doesn't go quite north enough. But we can pull up this one, I guess. You just kind of see it. This is the National NOAA's radar site, which I really don't like, actually. It's just hard to use. But anyway, there's that lingering frontal line. There's a line rolling through. They were talking about this being kind of stormy. Definitely weakened, though, but it had a little bow to it. It just went through Indianapolis and Springfield, Illinois. But this rain's going to bend upwards. This is going to combine. So just this whole general area right here is just juicy. Here's a good look at the water vapor map for the Atlantic. Pull that up. And when it pops up, but let me go back to Europe. All right, so back to tropics. When I show this, default ever. Mike's full. Golf wins tomorrow. Avery, we can look at that. Windy.com is your best for that, for sure. We'll show it, though. 30 now, Sherry Brown. Oh. The puppies are snoring, I know, Terry. They like to make noise. Oh God, Steve Alexander, I cannot agree with you more. Ugh. I just don't like the new radar. I love supporting them, but I can't use it. I just don't. I keep radar scope on my PC. I use it on my phone all the time, but I just love radar scope. Even though I have an app, mine's not really a radar app, but I do have links to radar apps on there. You can use there's a radar app on my app. I just, for general app use, I like this, and you can 4-layer it, single layer it, zoom in, change it to all kinds of stuff. Right now, there's really nothing going on. Anyway, all right. So ensembles. Here's the coolest thing about ensembles. All right. I know I've said it before, but it's so very, 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 very important. When you go to the main operational run, so we'll go to Tropical Tidbits, and every 6 hours we get a new model run, and look what it does. I've already seen people sharing this. I haven't even looked at it because I don't look at these anymore until the ensembles start picking it up. So this is one run. This is the operational run. This is showing Saturday, August 13th, 13 days from now, 2 weeks, hurricane into Texas. One run. And I've already seen it being shared a bunch, getting some clicks and likes. I was probably guilty of it 2 years ago. Now, when you go out 13 days on the Euro, Anika Brown, good morning. What's up, Chris? Tommy, appreciate it, buddy. When you look at the Euro ensembles are 51 different brains of the Euro. Okay? Makes sense. So it's like, you ever caught yourself thinking like different scenarios, like, let's see, if I go this way, but if I go this way, or if I do this or do that, your brain's always trying to process different outcomes with different scenarios. Like, who do I piss off the most? Do we go to the mother-in-law's or do we go to my buddy Joe's house? What is the outcome? Do I drink another round? Do I have one more? Do I drink a little whiskey first? Beer before liquor makes you sicker. Liquor before the beer, you're in the clear. Do you really care? Do you want to start off with a shot? These. How's it going to affect me at 5 a.m? So anyway, the Euro types in 51 different scenarios of like I just said. Different weather conditions, different, upper level winds, upper level lows, upper level highs, dust, water temperatures, history, tropical waves. And it spits out 51 runs. And yes, there's one out of 51 showing this little guy dipping south. 1 out of 51. So if you divide that out, that's almost a 0% chance. Now, if you start to see, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, if you get 10 out of 51, now your chances are starting to get a little more, I can believe it. But when you get this random operational run, but you don't have any ensemble supporting it, it's an outlier. And I would almost bet, now if I go to 0, I might get burned here. I might get burned. I might just have to say I was wrong. But I'm going to hit the 00Z here and we'll see if it's gone. It's gone. So the overnight GFS didn't even show it. So you can't, 18Z last night in the same time frame didn't show it. So I'm glad it didn't show it. Then I'd be like, I'm slacking here. But there's a frontal line. But then again, models this year have been terrible. Let's talk about. Somebody just mentioned storms today. I'm going to show you. We're going to go into HRR. I want to show the weather pattern the next 2 days. Do I sleep out by the driveway or poolside? Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably. Elaine Foley, yes, I'm going to show you. Rick Taylor, yeah, my radar is handy. I did. Vic, your dog snores louder than mine. But my guy is 9 pounds. We got the smallest Frenchie on the planet, I'm telling you. Oh, Chris Roth. All right, so there's that. All right, so there's nothing brewing. Let's show you the dust map. We showed you that. We already showed you the dust map. It's coming in. This is Wednesday. Huge dust out there. Let's see what else we can talk about. I want to talk about the. So let's talk about the weather today. Water temperature hot. Yes, let's look at your anomaly map. This is a sea surface map. Obviously, things were warming up. I always like to look at the sea surface anomaly map. This is a good one. So, interestingly enough, I've seen this a lot over the years. Nobody's mentioned it this year. I'm surprised. But the Atlantic waters, by the way, we are streaming behind the scenes on TikTok. I hate to ignore you all over there, but Adrienne Goodman says, let's go! Tom Hicks, good morning. Somebody's sipping their tea. Good for you. I got coffee. Fish population, what would that be? The heat? They don't like heat. I know that. Okay, so the water temperatures in the Atlantic, oddly enough, are cooler still than normal. Normal would be, normal is kind of tough to read. Normal is this light kind of teal and yellow. So this is kind of normal through here. Kind of normal. But this up here is not normal. And it's still a little high, but not really high. We still get storms come across. But that is because of our dust. And I've heard it talked about in years past, and nobody's really brought it up this year. But we have these continuing plumes of dust out there. And they cool the Atlantic. I mean, it blocks the sun. It's like clouds in the sky and reflects the sun back. So the dust actually helps cool the Atlantic short term. This will heat up quick. A couple years ago, they talked about this a lot, and they were like, "Oh, this is why the hurricane season is slow." I don't think they talked about the dust being more of a factor back then, but the Atlantic waters are a little cooler than normal. But again, this is the area I worry about. So many storms were impactful by that area. In fact, let's find the new NHC graphic here showing that area. You gotta find it. Oh, there's a 1921 hurricane. A little history on Tampa Bay. All right, here's a new one. All right, I like this one. This kind of shows you that you really don't really. You do watch the waves off the Africa, but rarely they maintain or they curve out to sea. Stronger systems have a more likelihood to get pulled northward, Coriolis effect, the natural movement northward. So we've had 9 U.S. falling storms that were 150 miles an hour plus, and of those 9, every one of them have made it into the Gulf of Mexico. Now, Andrew is the exception. Andrew started out here, went through the state, and then impacted upper Gulf Coast. But so 8 of those storms all were basically brewed in the Gulf of Mexico. So there's that. We will see. And lately, Ida, Laura, we've think about it. We've had 3 impactful storms in the last few years that were Category 4, high-end 4 or 5s. Michael, Laura, and Ida, 18, 20, 21. So that's what I'm saying. This ocean heat content is extremely hot right now, and that's what we got to watch. Just have to wait. Let's looky at future radar for the next 2 days. See what kind of flow we have cooking. Had a great weekend in softball. We did a little college showcase in New Tampa, and it was hot, like I mentioned. It was hot. I don't know how the girls do it. It was unbelievably hot. I'm talking like wasn't hardly any shade. There wasn't any clouds. There wasn't any wind. I mean, it was like, oh God, it was like the most intense heat. It just hits you in the face. Terrible. SV Second Chance Sailing. Good morning, Stacy from the beach. Good times there. Ethan, I don't know when the Atlantic's going to pick up. Man, it's just don't know. Not this week, I don't think. We are entering the peak of season, though. Get into September 10th, I believe, is still the official peak of season. That's only a month away. So a lot could happen in the next few weeks. Should, anyways. All right, so here's the radar for today. So, was it Elaine Foley? I believe your name. So we got storms brewing. Let me rewind it. Here is where we're at. Let me pull it back up here. So this little cluster of storms is brewing today, and it's going to be pushing itself. Oh, my garage security camera just went off. Do I have a crazy fan? I got 2 cars in the driveway. Oh, somebody just drove by. Okay, I don't have to go out there. Oh, gotta go back to TikTok. So we're gonna show you this line of storms. Definitely going back to Storm Prediction Center today. We were talking about these storms brewing today. This is 2% tornado chance, mainly a wind event, some hail possibly, but mainly a wind thunderstorm event. And it is going to reach itself down into Kentucky, unfortunately, throughout the day. And those are the areas that are still in search and recovery mode with our floods that we just had. So there's a big, unfortunately, this is throughout the day today. So our first round is early afternoon here. It kind of weakens a little bit. Then we get a secondary little push here throughout the day later tonight. This is that early afternoon, little storm cluster. Little bit of storms in upper Gulf. Remember high pressure rolling in here, and it's kind of spinning in some moisture up towards the upper Gulf. That's happening today too. But the bigger storms we got to worry about is later tonight, and really seeing a possibility of a line, unfortunately, into eastern Kentucky again. So they're going to be dealing with this tonight, late tonight, maybe even early a.m. tomorrow. So that's coming. This is later tonight and tomorrow. So that stinks. Florida, southeast. Let's take a look at that little clicker. What the heck keeps making noise on my phone here? Twitter. Oh, I got an alarm coming up at 10:30. What was that for? Did I take a nap or something? Oh, I did take a nap. See you, Steve Alexander. I did take a nap yesterday. We had a game break, and I think I took a 30-minute nap. I take more 30-minute naps. It's the best thing in the world. All right, so our flow here. So we get a little more moisture in the skies here. Now look at this. This is today. So we are getting a little more pop. This is afternoon thunderstorms. We're coming back. We had a little couple last night. Here's 5 o'clock tonight. Middle of state storms for Florida. We got storms in the upper Gulf kind of circling in. So there you go. Storms tonight. It's kind of a weak steering pattern today. So they don't look like they're going to really impact the coast, maybe. More stuck in the middle of the peninsula. But we're going to see little popcorn storms in the Panhandle. We're going to see them up in, upper Gulf. Tomorrow, obviously things die off at night, and then tomorrow more of the same. Here's tomorrow morning, coastal rains in the morning, New Orleans and the Panhandle, even over toward Texas, Louisiana a little bit. Tomorrow morning, coastal rains popping up, and then daytime heating kicks in, and we get a little bit more pop tomorrow across middle Florida again, and the flow tomorrow a little more to the west. Looks like we got a little frontal line popping through. Look at that little frontal line. A little more push to the west tomorrow. So middle storms for Florida the next 2 days. A little stagnant today, but tomorrow the motion's a little bit more to the coast. A lot of juice in the south. Look at this. Look at this big old. Look what the heck is going on here tomorrow for Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's take a look at that. Tennessee. Let's go to Tennessee tomorrow. Tennessee is clustered in with, I can't remember, Kentucky. So here's these storms today. This is tonight, late tonight, into tomorrow morning. This is Kentucky. And look at this little line tomorrow. Another little surge tomorrow. Man, they're just going to get multiple rounds. Holy cow. This is tomorrow. This is tonight. Kentucky. Then they got another surge tomorrow afternoon. Wow. So it's like a triple whammy. Boom. Boom. Another one brewing. So you have to put that on there. Sherry, lots of help from the governor. Yes. United Cajun Navy is good friends of ours. They're helping a lot. Good people. I even saw Reed Timmer. They got a trailer going up there with his Flex. Is it Flex Seal? I can't remember what the heck his sponsor is. Flex something. I'll have to look it up. But there are a lot of people doing good things. So this first is August. Of course, I'm seeing a lot of posts about new maps here. This is the new August 1st map. This is where we look. This is where the tropics seem to be most active this time of year. There you go. Flex Seal. Good to see you, Garth, down in Jamaica. You got a lot of dust coming, bud. A lot more coming. This week's going to be very dusty. Garth Campbell down in Jamaica. My favorite Buffett tune, believe it or not, is Jamaica Mistaka. I love that song. Do, 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 do. I was of the island. Hey, Harold, how's the puppies doing out west, buddy? Teresa just got a big downpour down in southeast Florida. Yep. Yeah, you can scare Danielle. Yeah, or listen, all you got to do, honestly, is Google it. Just scary face of Hurricane Michael. You'll probably get a better shot. Or Matthew, not Michael. Let me pull it up for you. They're all over the internet. Google's got a cool feature of where you can pull up images. A lot of them put that's 320. That's not a good one. You want to find a higher resolution without. Let's try this one here. That was not too good. Trying to find you a good one. This one's got two of them on there. This one's not too bad, I guess. I'll put this in the chat. But just Google it, you'll find it. Okay, hey there, Jim. Oh my God, Chris, I saw that on TikTok, man. What the heck was Larson doing, man? Was it Harvick that he hit? What about Chastain? What did they do to him? Did take away his position because I guess he legally cut through the infield. Sheila, good morning. How you doing over there on YouTube? But anyway, Cajun country. God, I could go for some good Cajun food right now. We had a good restaurant. There's a little place. God, what the heck was it? I gotta pull it up here. So we went to Hickory Point RV Park, which we absolutely loved. If you got any campers out there, I already camped. There was no storm. I didn't tell people I was camping officially because I came home every morning and worked because it was only like 15 minutes from home. So officially we didn't camp, but we did go to a place to eat that I loved it. Let me find it. So we went to Hickory Point RV Park. It was awesome. Right here. It's right on the Inclote River. It's only a stone throw to my house, 15 minutes, so that was great. But we ate here at this little place that I loved. I don't even know if it's on the map. Shaka. That's it right here. Caribbean. Unbelievable. This food was unbelievable. There it is right here. Taste of the Islands. Gosh, the food. Four of us went. It was awesome. They even give you Lay's. You know, they got a little tropical vibe. Just love it. They had outside music, but really cool looking place. Good buckets. It was just really good. So if you like, little places like this that are kind of off the beaten path and not very famous, give them a shot because it was really good. I really, 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 really liked the food. It was great. They even had a tropical storm bucket. But I got some spice. Look at that. Jalapenos. Oh, God. Nothing better than a fried jalapeno. Oh, God, I'm getting hungry just looking at that stuff. Anyway, wanted to share that. Support some local hometown restaurants. All right. Let me say hi to a few more folks since we have nothing going on. Deborah, good morning from Gainesville. We'll be heading up to Lake Mary this weekend. Chris, it's that empty for... Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's new. New owners. Melbourne, next week. Yes, Sheila, it's going to be really thick pretty much the whole week. I did notice my nose was a little dry. I put a post out the other day and asked people if they were affected by the dust, and so many of y'all said yes, and I kind of felt it. Kind of reminded me when I went out west a few times. You get this, your nose just gets dry, and I noticed it this week, and it's going to stick around. Got a big plume out there. We can look. Let's see if it's if my model's back. They weren't updating the NASA model very frequently like in the past. Looks like it might be back. Yes, it's back. All right, so here's the latest dust. This is your dust forecast. Let's see. So we got a big plume coming off of Africa now. This is midweek. This is Wednesday. There's our next big plume. Any color you see is dust, and purples is a lot of dust, and then light blue is dust. Just this thicker purple is a very intense dust, and you can see that on my Fox Hurricane right here. There it is. So this is the current dust heading in, and then there's that big plume coming off. That's going to be here middle week. It's going to be in the Middle Atlantic. So this is what's coming, and more of it. Just constant little breaks here and there, but this is all the way in the next week, the 9th, so we could have another round of it next week. How was that graphic, man? Look at that. It's like little waves, and these are definitely tropical waves that get in them. You can see you can follow the rotation. There's one here. These are little tropical waves spinning. But when you put the map in motion, you can see the dust circling with it. That's pretty awesome. Wonder if I can fast forward it. Let's see if I can hit play here. Yeah, let's make it really super duper fast. We'll just keep it on loop, man. That is awesome. That's your dust from Africa blowing in. Joe Harrison, how's it going? Yeah, a lot of fires. It's hard for me to track everything. There is this map up here, Zoom Earth. Actually, I got a link on the bottom too. Zoom Earth, right here. Zoom Earth has a hot spot. It's got a hot spot map that I think it defaults to, actually. No, it doesn't. But there's those storms. Where did it go? I do not see the hot spots anymore. They used to have a fire. Huh. Wonder where they're at. I don't see them anymore. Oh, here it is in the bottom. They moved it. Okay. Heat. Okay, I understand. Yeah, all right. So over here is on the key right here, right there. All right. So anyway, this is a good map because you can really see the hot spots and the current fires. You can click on them and actually get an update. This is the McKinney fire, and it updates all the time. This pretty much is a good map that shows current fires going on, hot spots, places that could be potential areas to watch. Oak fire. So it's a good map. Kind of shows you where the hot spots are and the fires and what's going on. And of course it has a really good tropical tool. And let me tell you a little tidbit too. I'm going to talk about it. I didn't do it yet today. So old wisdom from years ago stuck in my head, and it plays true today 100 years later. But when the Pacific is hot, the Atlantic is not. Key Largo, we're cooler than normal. That's because we got that high pressure. I think the high pressure is positioned just over you, Susan, enough that it's blowing in cooler Atlantic air, and this big heat bubble isn't able to get down to you. So anyway, when the Pacific is hot, the Atlantic usually is not. And it always holds true. The environmental conditions go in waves, they go in cycles. So right now, the Pacific is got three things going on: Georgette, Frank, and a new little system. So when the Pacific's hot, the Atlantic's not, and it's true. The MJO, I'm not even going to talk about it because it doesn't matter now with all this dust in the air. Kind of neutral, kind of favorable, but man, we're seeing that dust influence everything right now. So that's why the tropics are dead. So temperature-wise, look at this long-range map. I hate to go into bad news, but here's a 3 to 7 day outlook. Look at that. Excessive heat again. This is all the way down to Florida, the whole peninsula, basically all the way through, what is that, Thursday, Friday. Excessive heat this week. That's a combination of this dry, dusty air, meaning not a lot of rains out there, all the way up to North Carolina. So anywhere in red is excessive heat this week. Excessive heat in Texas, excessive heat all the way up to Canada. I mean, pretty much everybody. Now, we do have rain out west, which is great for Lake Mead. We got heavy rain, of course, unfortunately, for our flooded areas today, with those couple pulses coming down. And we also have excessive heat for the Northeast later in the week. So just a lot of heat. We can look at some cool imagery here on Levi's site. If you go to CFS Weekly, if you want to do some temperature stuff, you can do anomalies. And this is your weekly anomaly map for this week, showing you pretty much if you're warmer than normal or cooler than normal. And Cindy, was it, from the Keys, Susan in the Keys, you are normal, which could mean a little normal, below normal. But this week coming up, this is basically happening now almost. From today. You can see that the lower half of Florida is pretty much normal, but everybody else is above normal. We go into next week, about the same, above normal. A little cooling down out west. Just through August 15th. Here is a little cool down coming toward middle part of the month, but still hot everywhere else. Hot, hot, hot. So, whatever. It's hot. We can do monthly. This one gets shared a lot. See if that's monthly. Here's September heat index, or not heat index. This is valid for basically for the month. So this tells everybody that for the month of September, things should be a little bit above normal. And the little guide here is showing you degrees above normal. So a couple degrees. So everybody's pretty much a little bit hotter than normal, especially pretty much everybody, Mississippi East. October, well, that's September. What am I talking about? That's next month. I don't have August on here. Let's see if here's August. All right, here's your August map. This is the one that you see on the news all the time. That was September I just showed you. This is August. So this is your monthly tidbit for August. This is your temperature anomaly through this month. And hot for pretty much everybody. South Florida remains average this month. So there you go. September, a little cool down. October, still hot. Kind of feeling the effects of La Nina or El Nino here for South Florida. These big winds rolling in. Oh God, I'm getting tired. I need to drink enough. Late night lives and the Emily updates. Oh, Emily updates. I miss Emily updates too. I only do late night updates when there's a storm. I don't do anything at night. I run out of things to talk about. Morning, Chuck. Emily updates are great. I was proud of her this week. Let me show you here on Twitter. So I was really proud of her. We had this college showcase, and she did awesome. But at the end of the tournament, they picked two players basically. Every coach picked two players, and she got picked. So she got picked 10 out of 200, or 20 kids out of 200 basically, and they played an all-star game, and she did awesome. She did really, 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 really good. So there she is with all these superstars in our area. This is like some of Florida's best right here, and she got picked. So it was great. Great. I got highlights I'm working on here later this afternoon. I can't wait to put those all together. I really enjoy doing that. So that's it. Fort Pitt. Checking out I love Twitter because you can really get a feel of what's going on. Anyway, all right, so that's about it. And everybody's yawning. I know. Yeah, hey, listen, Friday, we're not doing anything Friday. I'm going to be out of town. What's up, El Garage? DL Pipe? Is that how you do you, El Garage? You work on cars? James, I wish I knew. I don't really understand what's going on with Africa. I just know we don't have as much moisture. The winds are always blowing out of. We always have these winds. Always. It's just right now there's not a lot of rain going on over there, so we're not seeing much activity. So we got these little lows come off. There's one over Cape Verde right now. That's a pretty decent size upper level low. But again, there's a lot of moisture out there, and you can have all low pressure in the world you want, but when you don't have any moisture attached to it, then it's not going to do anything. So this is weathernerds.org. We technically have a low out here over the islands. You can see it. Look at this. Clear as day. Very strong signature of a low right here, right over, smack dab over the islands. But there's absolutely no convection. And so without convection, you don't get storms. And you can see that. Look at this. This is clear, man. Incredibly clear presentation here of a low. I mean, this is classic. I mean, 700 millibar right over the islands. I mean, that is... If I just saw this without satellite, you would think, oh my God, there's something spinning off of Cape Verde Islands. But there's no convection. And when you don't have moisture, like we talk about, when you don't have moisture, it doesn't matter. Low pressure, it's a naked swirl. Out in the naked swirl out there in the far Atlantic. So Trent Hogg, thanks, buddy. God, Trent, I was so excited for him, man. Mark, I don't know. Listen, it just came out today, officially. I knew it was coming. But if you go to Furman's website, it's brand new. Go to shop now. Click on 0 E series. There's only one. 2,000 running watts, starting watts 2,000. I haven't read all the specs yet. But they have a lot of information on it. The fact that you charge it in an hour is phenomenal. 80% in 1 hour. Like I said, I'm going to make this the official generator of dugouts. Because, man, I mean, moms and dads can charge you'll be able to plug in your radio, your boombox. You'll be able to charge your iPads. You can plug in a big old fan. It's just phenomenal, man. Battery is, I just don't know, because it's all going to depend on, what you plug into it, obviously. But, 4,000 watts. Just so cool. Just so cool. I get so excited about stuff like this. But anyway, look at that sucker. It just looks cool. I just love all these plugs on it, man. All right. And remember, use your code MWP30, get 30% off. Plus free shipping. It's all right. Well, we've been streaming an hour. I can't believe it. TikTok, thanks for watching. Somebody's asked a good question, toes in the sand. I do believe that we're going to have a busy end of the season. Somebody on TikTok asked. I just don't know if we're going to see the number of storms is going to be physically possible. Every week that goes by, we're supposed to have 17 more storms, but every week that goes by makes it even harder to believe we're going to have 2 or 3 at once. But Pacific's got two named storms going on right now, so I'm not going to rule anything out. It's just July is typically slow. It's like now is where we start to wonder what's really going to happen. August 1st, right here. We are right here. August 1st. This is when we should start to see things increase this month. So we will see. But I'll be right here every day, every night, on the weekends, all the time. Tracking storms for you. Remember the website's everything, spaghettimodels.com. You can also type in mikesweatherpage.com. The go-to source, even National Weather Service lists our page as a great source. It's on their official website, so that's pretty cool. And I have all the stuff you need on there and more. I'm always updating it. And that's that. So only takes one. Ramona, yeah, I'll post it on the generator for sure. I'm just so excited about this thing. So excited. I just can't hide it. So I'll just put the actual product right here. There you go. There you go. There you go. Cool beans. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about things. Remember, so here's all my social media links. We got TikTok, we got Twitter, we got YouTube, and we got Instagram. We also have a podcast. If you want to find out about our cruise, it's right here, the MWP Cruise, 2nd annual. If you love the cruise, then you have to join our cruise because ton of fun, 24 hours a day. We run into people. I go on and on and on and on and on about it. The coolest thing about this year, though, is I'm actually doing a seminar on a ship. We're on the Independence of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, and we have a conference center. We actually have a ballroom conference center on the ship. And I'm going to do a formal presentation where everybody gets a 2023 certificate of tropical preparedness for 2023. So there's a lot of folks in the industry that, could technically make it a work vacation, because you are going to get a certificate of completion of hurricane preparedness. So that'll be fun. We're going to do a meet and greet, happy hour cocktail party. We're going to do all kinds of events planned, almost a couple a day, and swag bags, free stuff. It's just a ton of fun, and families are definitely welcome. So it's always great to mingle with fellow weather geeks. Trust me, we are all the same. We are all the same, one way or another, and that's what everybody will find out about when we all hang out together. So that's all I got to say about that. So, all right. We will see you tomorrow for the Daily Brew. That's it. I'm working on highlights. I think I got about 10 things. So tomorrow, if you missed the Daily Brew, remember I'm heading over to do an ABC little commercial. So I'll post some behind the scenes on that. I'm pretty excited about it. And on Wednesday, we're meeting the team from Decks and Docks. They've been a big supporter of the page for many years. And we're going to actually be doing some fun stuff with them on hurricane preparedness and how to properly secure boats during storms, severe weather. I found out the hard way this weekend. I got a call from management that the rear of my boat was banging into the dock. I didn't tie the knots because we had to park between two pilings and the dock. So I'm excited about giving education on this. The Coast Guard is really big about this when I do these hurricane preparedness seminars, like hurricane expos. Lots and lots of discussion from the Coast Guard on how to properly secure your boats during a storm. So I'm looking forward to spreading some of that knowledge from the professionals. So that'll be fun. 100 tomorrow, Joel. Mike, you got it. I like those three things. So have a great day. Stay